We are now joined by Prashant Mehra, partner at Thornton India LLP, to take us through the entire Thornton deal tracker report for the month of May. Prashant, thanks for joining in. If I look at the report, the overall deal volume seems to have jumped up, but the deal value has fallen by 37% in May on a year-on-year basis. What is the reason for that? Because, in the beginning of the year, we were actually talking about an uptick when it came to the overall value, and we saw the average ticket size increasing. Why has there been a sudden fall in May?
So I think what you mentioned is absolutely right, but I think it's better to look at the entire deal activity in two buckets, which is M&A and private equity, and I'll just elaborate that in a bit. So the total transaction value for May 15 has been about $3.3 billion across 115 transactions. M&A in particular, which is domestic M&A, and inbound has been on a significant slide. However, outbound activity has gone up in value terms by about 4 times and in volume terms by about 33%. If we look at private equity, that has clocked about a $1.2 billion across 68 transactions. And in terms of growth as compared to May of 14, that has been about 50% in terms of both value and volume. So while yes, there has been a significant decline in domestic M&A in particular, the private equity activity continues to be on a rise and definitely has a very positive momentum.
Okay, Prashant, as you said, domestic M&A has seen a decline, whereas PE investments are going up. Could you divide this as per sectors? And is this a trend that is likely to continue, that we're actually seeing a decline when it comes to domestic M&A at a time when there actually is a lot of buzz as far as the overall economical turnaround is concerned?
Yeah, so I don't think so. This is something which is a continuing trend. It's probably a season which has come and will go quicker than it has come. In terms of the sector spread, as far as the M&A is concerned, M&A space is concerned, pharma continues to be a dominant sector with about contributing 23% in value terms. And retail and consumer, which has been a trending sector in the last couple of months, has made a significant contribution this month with about 50% in total deal values in M&A. On the other hand, in private equity space, both IT, ITES and pharma have contributed about 18% each in value terms. But again, financial services sector, which has been a trending sector in the PE space, has contributed about 40%. So the PE activity continues to have a positive momentum to it, but M&A seems to be on a slide. And the reason is perhaps that while as far as the PE activity is concerned, there is overall optimism. The macro level indicators look positive. As far as M&A is concerned, that seems to be on a slide primarily because the corporate financial year-end results are out. They seem to be below estimates. The balance sheets of corporate continue to be in the red. So what is lacking is the fact that there is lack of domestic acquisition funding. Internal accruals are not there on the corporate balance sheets. There is no debt available for acquisition funding. Valuations have increased, and thus we have that gap.
All right, quickly, Prashant, very short on time. Domestic M&A is decreasing, but if I look at the cross-border M&A, it seems to be fairly steady. Is that a trend that cross-border will continue to dominate M&A activity? Quickly.
Yes, absolutely. I think cross-border M&A will continue to dominate because foreign assets are cheaper. There is acquisition funding available for foreign assets, which will continue to drive outbound transactions.
All right, Prashant, thank you so much for joining in with that analysis. So that was the Thornton Deal Tracker report for the month of May.